My name's James, and behind me is a lawn tractor that I couldn't afford not to buy. Let's get into it. So this is the cheapest lawn tractor that I could find on Facebook Marketplace that still had an engine. I paid $120.
Nice.
Which I think is a really good price considering what it is. Everything works except a few minor things, which we'll look at in a little bit. So as you guys can see, it doesn't say anything on the side here except it's 12 horsepower, has a 36-inch cut, and shift on the go. So after doing a little research, I discovered that this is probably an MTD Task Force lawn tractor. That's what I deduced from my research. If you guys have any idea what this tractor could be, let me know in the comments section below. I originally thought this was a Murray when I looked at it on Facebook Marketplace, but after doing a little bit more research, I learned that it was definitely not a Murray. I was gonna nickname it the Murray, but can't anymore, so let me know in the comments down below if you have any nicknames for it too, because we got the Scots, we got the Case. I wanted to have the Murray, but turns out it's really just an MTD, which isn't very catchy, so if you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments section below. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how the lawn tractor works here. We have our key and ignition switch here, our steering wheel of course. Over here we have our high and low throttle. Here we have our choke. It's not working right now. It actually doesn't pull out. Not sure why. I think the cable might be seized up in there and that's why it won't pull out, so we're going to have to look into that. Down here is the brake plus clutch. This tractor has a gearbox, unlike the Scots. It is not hydrostatic, so you have to choose your gears and then use the clutch to put it in gear, which I think is kind of cool for a lawn tractor. Over here we have our gear selector. It's underneath the steering wheel here, and it's in park right now, but then you just pull it out. You have first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. So what the shift on the go means is while you're driving forward, you can shift up gears and you don't need to push the clutch in. So if I was in gear 1 driving and I wanted to go up to gear 2, then I would just go like that, just work my way up to gear 5. It does go pretty quick in gear 5 actually. I don't know what this speed level thing is. If you guys have any idea what that might be, let me know in the comments section below, because I have no idea what that could be. Over here we have our forward and reverse lever. That's forward, and then you go back, that's reverse. So if it's in neutral, you push your clutch in, put it in gear, take your foot off the clutch, and off you go. Same goes for reverse. This lawn tractor actually has a mower deck, unlike the Scots, which I got without a mower deck. This one has one. It is a 36-inch cut, and the deck is in really good shape. These blades actually look really good. Up here we have our blade engage and our deck height adjustment. So right now it is at max height and the blades are off. To engage the PTO, you just go down and the blades will engage. And then you have all these different settings that you can go to. It doesn't have numbers, it just says high and low. So if you want to get really precise with your cut, you're gonna have to measure it out and probably label height-wise. Underneath the seat, we have our battery. This is a relatively new battery. The seller said that he just put this in last year, so it fires right up. I'll show you guys in a minute. Right here we have our springs for our seat. The seat also has a little spring here. Let me show you guys. When you sit down, you have that little spring move, so you have a nice little bit of suspension there before you hit the really solid springs. Made in the USA too, which is really cool. Just found the serial number, guys, and it is a Montgomery Ward, which was made by MTD, so they look very similar, but I'm really happy that now I know what this is and I'm not just guessing. Here we have our one big headlight, but it's actually just 2 bulbs in here. They're not working right now. I think the bulbs might be burned out, so we're gonna take a look at that in a minute. But this and the choke are really the only thing that aren't working so far. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but almost everything's metal on this. Except for the dashboard here, the seat, the frame here. The hood is all metal. This part up here is all metal, except for the plastic here. I mean, not the heaviest duty metal in the world, but it's metal. Let's look underneath the hood here. It's powered by a 12 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine. It's situated like the Scots, where the crankshaft goes straight down. Then you have your belt that goes to your mower deck, and then up in there is your drive belt that makes it go forward and back. Oil dipstick, I already checked the oil, we're good. It's been recently changed, so we don't have to change the oil. We have our gas tank, which is pretty small, but it's a small tractor with a small engine, so don't really need that big of a gas tank. Down here we have our steering gears. They don't seem to be too stripped out. Decent bit of play, but again, I paid 120 bucks for this. It's pretty good. Right here's our choke cable, and I think it's all corroded up in here, and that's why it's not moving, because I can't move it manually with it attached still, so we'll have to figure that out later. It starts no problem without the choke. I'll show you guys in a minute. Up front here, we have our single spark plug. Don't know if you guys can see it up there, but there she blows. Close this up and fire it up for you guys. Let you hear her purr. Like I said, she fires right up. Fires right up. So it's definitely kind of loud, but I mean, that's okay. I kind of like it. Cosmetically, it's not in too bad of condition. This plastic stripping's coming off down here a little bit. Might have to use a little glue. Get that back on there. No, maybe not. Maybe I just fixed it. The hood's got a little dent and a little scratch here. It looks like somebody hit a branch while mowing. I think it might be kind of hard to tell on camera. I'll pull this up to the Scots in a little while so you guys can just get an idea for the size of this, but it's actually pretty small. As you can see, my knees are kind of hitting the steering wheel here because it's a small machine. This is the driver's seat view. The only thing I don't really like about it is where the gear shifter is, because if you're driving and then you're holding the steering wheel here and then you kind of have to lean down to shift gears, but other than that, I really like the machine. So like I said, there's a couple things we need to take a look at. I want to start by taking a look at the lights here. I have the old lights from the Scots, which still worked when I took them out. I just upgraded them to LED. So we're gonna try to put those in here and see if the lights work. I think it's like the Scots, where when you start the engine, the lights are always on, but I'm not really sure. We're gonna have to wait and find out. Okay, so our headlights are right in here. They're the same sort of socket that was in the Scots, where you just twist to get them out. So I don't know if the headlights in here are gonna be the same as the ones that were in the Scots, but I'm gonna pull them out and see what we got. Oh yeah, they are the same. There we go. It goes like that. Okie dokie. There we go. Yay. Let's see if they work now. Okay, here goes nothing. I want to get this mower deck off though, that way. So guys, I got the mower deck all off, and that is really gonna make this tractor go faster, I think, because this weighs a lot. It's like 100 pounds. Alright guys, so this throttle cable is a little sticky, so I'm gonna hit it with some PB Blaster here. See if it'll move a little easier.
Much later.
Okay guys, so I think we're ready to go take this thing for a drive, hook it up to a trailer, and maybe try hauling a little firewood with it, see how it does. Let's get to it. Well guys, so far the old Montgomery Award's been working really good. The engine runs pretty good. It starts right up every time. It goes pretty fast without the mower deck, and it's actually quite a bit of fun to drive. We're gonna load some firewood up into this trailer I have back here. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so I got the Scotch next to it. I'd fire them up to compare noise volume, but the Scotch isn't running right now. Something's wrong with this fuel filter. So that's not running right now. I'm gonna have to fix that at a later date. They're actually not that, the Scotch is not that much bigger than it. You can definitely see the Scotch is a little bit, but it's not like gigantic. Definitely more footroom and a lot more comfortable to drive on the Scots than the Montgomery Award over there. As you can see, I'm a lot more scrunched up and the seat isn't as comfortable as the Scots. Okay guys, so it's the next morning here. We're in the shop and there is something wrong with the Montgomery Award. So yesterday when I was driving around, after driving around for a little while, it started misfiring really bad. I don't know if you guys could hear that through the GoPro audio or not, but it started misfiring a lot. So the seller told me that it started doing that on them, and the reason was the way the plug wire comes out of this casing here, it rubs and it's been cutting through the rubber and making contact with the actual wires, so it's grounding some of the spark, so it's not getting spark every time, and that's why it's misfiring. So it started doing that. I wrapped some electrical tape around it and it stopped doing that, which is a really good sign. So there's nothing wrong with the engine, it's just the way that plug wire comes out. So I want to fix this in a more permanent way. I want to make a little notch in the metal there, that way the plug wire has plenty of space so it's not rubbing on anything. So let's get to it. So we got the plug wire all resituated inside the engine casing there. Let's fire this thing up and see if it's fixed.
This guy stinks!
Then I'm going to plug in the air compressor at the air gun, and I'm just gonna hit this with some compressed air to blow off all the loose grass and stuff. got it all blown off and it's looking a lot better. But overall, I am really happy with this tractor, especially since I only paid $120 for it. I am really happy with it. Definitely some things that can be improved upon. LED headlights, choke needs to be fixed. It doesn't really need the choke to start, but it would be nice to have it. The steering is a little sloppy, but I don't really know if there's anything we can do about that. But yeah, overall, really happy with this tractor, and I think it was a really good purchase. But that's all I got for today. If you guys did enjoy this video, though, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach a goal of 1,000 subscribers, so if you guys could just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you guys anything, but it really helps out the channel. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.